Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I'm going to treat this latest Moon Lambo hot jam as a PSA, a public service announcement, because I get the sense that most XRP holders that self-custody their XRP are using a ledger product. As I'm talking about, for those of you not in the know, I'm talking about a hardware wallet that is the Ledger brand. And so, for instance, me even, I use multiple Ledger Nano S devices. I got a ton of them, actually. I've got a bunch of extras just in case. And so my fellow XRP YouTuber, James Rule XRP, he shared the following story titled, "Criminals are mailing altered Ledger devices to steal your cryptocurrency." And so, look, I want to use my platform anytime I can to just put out warnings out there, and I hope this could save at least one person. That would be good from going through something like this, because you can lose everything. So you need to be aware of this, and even if you're the most diligent person, like, people can be tricked. We can all be gullible to some degree, myself included. That's for damn sure. And I'm not an idiot. I just have a stupid name. Moon Lambo is a stupid name, but I'm proud of it. So on top of that, this is genuinely interesting. And I've got some pictures to show. This is one of the most elaborate attempts to steal from people in the world of crypto that I've ever seen. It's astonishing what they did. They're like physically mailing hardware to people. It's crazy. And so James Rule XRP wrote the following: XRP community. Only order Ledger cold hardware wallets from the company itself. Do not order from eBay or an unknown source. All of my affiliate links on YouTube are legit. Criminals are mailing altered Ledger devices to steal cryptocurrency. And you're not going to believe this. Wait till I go through this, and again, I'll have pictures along the way to share with you because they're in this article, and it's just like mind-blowing. And so in we go. Scammers are sending fake replacement devices to Ledger customers exposed in a recent data breach that are used to steal cryptocurrency wallets. Ledger has been a popular target by scammers lately with rising cryptocurrency prices and the popularity of hardware wallets to secure crypto funds. Now, in a post on Reddit, a Ledger user shared a devious scam after receiving what looks like a Ledger Nano X device in the mail. As you can see from the pictures below, the device came in an authentic-looking packaging with a poorly written letter explaining that the device was sent to replace their existing one as their customer information was leaked online in the Raid Forum hacking forum. And here's a quote from the write-up here. "For this reason, for security purposes, we have sent you a new device. You must switch to a new device to stay safe. There is a manual inside your new box. You can read that to learn how to set up your new device." That's how the fake letter allegedly from Ledger read. And again, this is a scam. Ledger did not do this. They did not send this. If this happens to you, run screaming. And let me know, because I'd love to talk about it on the channel. But anyway, the letter also said, "For this reason, we have changed our device structure. We now guarantee that this kind of breach will never happen again." And then the piece continues. Even though the letter was filled with grammatical and spelling errors, the data for 272,853 people who purchased a Ledger device was actually published on the Raid Forum's hacking forum in December 2020. Now, this made for a slightly convincing explanation for the sending of the new device. So think about that. Your account information is stolen, not your crypto information, but just like maybe your name and where it was mailed to. That's stolen, and they know that, and so they're taking advantage of the fact that somebody already did that wrong deed to steal from you. And if you look on the screen right now, you can see here's the Ledger packaging, like the outside wrap. So this isn't the box. There's a box. I'll show that in a second too. But this is what it came in. And then the letter is on the right. And it says here in red print too, and this is so ridiculous. "Note, this new device doesn't work for new setups. You need to follow 6-step installation guide, which is inside your box. Once you successfully installed, you can start to use your new device." And clearly it's broken English. Like, if English is your first language, you might notice almost instantly something is amiss, even though it's allegedly coming from the CEO of Ledger. And then the piece continues. Also enclosed in the package was a shrink-wrapped Ledger Nano X box that contained what appeared to be a legitimate device. Now, take a look at this box, though. Look at this shrink wrap. First of all, that's a very bad shrink wrap job. I can tell you this, having purchased a ton of Ledger Nano S's, and I have multiple extra ones that I've never even opened right now, that is not the color of the shrink wrap. It's clear, and it's very neatly around the box. It seems to me that Ledger, and they did a good job with it, they're going for like a presentation quality that's in line with an Apple product. That's what I've always thought anyway. And they do a great job with that. They actually really do. And this is not that. Look at that. It looks like a light blue to me. I don't think that's just my monitor. Anyway, the piece continues. After becoming suspicious of the device, they opened it and shared pictures of the Ledger's printed circuit board on Reddit that clearly show the device was modified. And now if you're looking on your screen, you can see the innards of what was allegedly a Ledger Nano X. The top one is the front of fake Ledger hardware wallet, and then the bottom one is front of real Ledger hardware wallet. So you can see, not the same. Definitely not the same. And then the piece continues. Based on the photos, security researcher and offensive USB cable / implant expert Mike Grover told Bleeping Computer that the threat actors added a flash drive and wired it to the USB connector. This seems to be a simply flash drive. That's like a broken sentence. This seems to be a simply flash drive strapped onto the Ledger with the purpose to be for some sort of malware delivery, Grover told Bleeping Computer in a chat about the photos. All of the components are on the other side, so I can't confirm if it is just a storage device, but judging by the very novice soldering work, it's probably just an off-the-shelf mini flash drive removed from its casing. And that's a quote. This is crazy stuff. Guys, I've never seen anything like this. In the image below, Grover highlighted the flash drive implant connected to the wires while stating, those 4 wires piggyback the same connections for the USB port of the Ledger. And so now you can see that. That's what the top picture now on your screen is, back of the fake Ledger hardware wallet. The bottom picture is back of a real Ledger hardware wallet. And look, you got to kind of wonder, because this had to have been sent to more than one person, right? Like, how many of these did they send out, and what did it cost them? I'm very curious. Or did they really just send out one and just hope they'd get lucky? I just kind of find that hard to believe, but maybe. Anyway, the enclosed instructions tell the person to connect the Ledger to their computer, open a drive that appears, and run the enclosed application. The instructions then tell the person to enter their Ledger recovery phrase to import their wallet to the new device. And so you can see here's the instructions on the screen. Yeah, anytime, if you ever get a Ledger device, whether it's Ledger Nano X or Ledger Nano S, doesn't matter. If they tell you to input an existing key, run kicking and screaming. Also, if it has one automatically filled out and it says, insert this, no, it has to be a brand new one. Otherwise, that means somebody else has got access to it. And almost to 100% certainty that would be the case. So just be diligent on that. Now, a recovery phrase is a human-readable seed used to generate the private key for a specific wallet. Anyone who has this recovery phrase can import a wallet and access the cryptocurrency it contains. After entering the recovery phrase, it is sent to the attackers who use it to import the victim's wallet on their own devices to steal the contained cryptocurrency funds. Ledger is aware of this scam and has posted warnings about it in May on their dedicated phishing page. As always, Ledger recovery phrases should never be shared with anyone and should only be entered directly on the Ledger device you are trying to recover. If the device does not provide the ability to enter the phrase directly, you should only use the Ledger Live application downloaded directly from ledger.com. And so just beware of this. There's always going to be scams out there, and so we need to be diligent. But and by the way, in case anyone's wondering, like, why do I have a bunch of extra Ledger Nano S's? Imagine this. What if we're finally in the heat of the biggest XRP bull run in history, and I've got some XRP on one specific Ledger Nano S, and let's say that the hardware itself fails. So I'm not talking about whether or not the security of it is a question. I personally don't have concerns about the security of Ledger products themselves. But what if the screen fails or the buttons stop working? There's 2 buttons on these things. Or the Ledger Nano S's, there's 2 anyway. Like, what if that happens? If I don't have a Ledger Nano S, it could take me the better part of a week to get one shipped to me, and that's assuming they're in stock. Sometimes there are stockouts. And so what do I do if my Ledger Nano S fails? And so if you haven't thought about this, it's worth it, because imagine your XRP becomes worth a fortune, and you've got, if you consider when the bull run happened last market cycle, it went from 20-something cents to almost $4 in 2.5 weeks. So if you've only got 2.5 weeks, and say you're towards the end of that, and you're ready to sell, and then you go to check your hardware device, and it's not working, what are you going to do? Would it be better to just have a $60 backup in case you need to recover it? A $60 backup that you've never opened, just in the box and it's shrink wrapped just in case? Is it be better to have that? Or would you be better just think, no, I think I'm good. I'm good. This thing's, it's going to keep working. When I need to sell my XRP, I'll be able to transfer it to an exchange. My hardware is not going to fail. It'll be just fine. Is it better to think that way, or spend the extra $60 or whatever the hell they're going for these days just to have a backup one? And so for me, I have multiple backup ones, because there's a couple times, so I usually buy them 3 at a time. There's one time I bought 3 of them, and two of them had failed pixels on the screen. And so I didn't return them. I'm still using them, but I got extra backups for those, because I'm like, are these things going to last? I don't freaking know. So I'm not worried about like the security of them, but the hardware themselves, I'm not convinced, because like if a button fails and I can't sell my XRP when I want to, that's a serious problem. And I'm not going to risk everything that I've been planning for over 3.5 years on like a broken button. No, that's why I've just got like a bunch of extra Ledger Nano S's just lying around, unopened, and maybe I'll never use them. We'll see, but I want to make sure that I freaking got them. So that's the way that I'm looking at it. You do what you want, but I'm telling you, I got 2 in a row that had broken pixels, and if the entire screens fail, I can't use the damn thing. So at that point, I would need a new one. And if we're in the middle of the bull run, in fact, if anything, the more I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, maybe I should order like another 5 to 10 of these damn things, because like the amount of money that I think my XRP could be worth, I'm like, I could easily justify that. But not having that as a backup, I'm just like, that I wouldn't sleep easy not having a backup. So anyway, in case anybody was wondering, I just thought I'd share that with you. You do what you want though. I'm not getting paid by Ledger, by the way, in case anybody's curious. No. Although if they wanted to, I'd be willing to talk to them. But now that I just badmouth their product because I got 2 bad ones in a row, I don't know if they'd be interested. I'm just giving you my honest experience, though. But I do think the security is good. Just as I don't have a reason not to trust it. I'm just worried about scammers and hardware actually failing. So that's why I try to just use these things as little as possible. Because again, if a button fails or a string goes, bam, you're done. But so there we go. There's the public service announcement. Again, big shout out to James Rule XRP for bringing this to everyone's attention. He's the man. But I will go ahead and wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.